Welcome to another tier list stream. But today's stream is going to be a somewhat of a bit of a different stream. And you might already see that right here. Because whatever we're going to be ranking today, we're going to do it with good old simple lettered tiers, which I usually never do. I'm allergic to these fuckers. My tiers are usually always very specific, but today they are not because I don't think they need to be. Today we are going to rank Honkai Star Rail character designs. But we're not going to be looking at all of it. We're not going to be looking at the entire character. We're going to be looking at character designs, but focusing on a very specific part, and that is boobs. That's it. We're going to be looking at a lot of chests today. However, make no mistake, this is not going to be your simple, brain-dead, horny, one-dimensional tier list where we're just going to be going through these characters and we're going to go the bigger the better, F for flat. No. We are going to be ranking HSR characters' chest areas from a purely aesthetic standpoint. We have multiple criteria that we will be analyzing, one of which is going to be size, but even then, it doesn't mean the bigger the better. But among that, we are also going to be looking at things like the character's general figure, their clothes, how well their clothing choices highlight their features, whether it's just the right amount, whether it's too little, whether it's even too much. Things like the shading, the attention to detail, how much skin they show. Do they show a lot of skin? Do they show a little skin? Many dimensions, many factors. This is going to be a scientific ranking, a ranking from a purely aesthetic standpoint. The tiers for this one are very simple, just because I mean, what am I gonna add to the tiers here, right? Either I like them or I don't. So, just classic S, A, B, C, and D, and I don't think it's gonna go any lower. We're gonna be excluding all characters that either look too young or are too young, because I'm not comfortable with that. We are going to be including different models or different versions of characters because they sometimes have, you know, because we're going to be taking things like clothing into consideration as well. So I feel like it makes sense. This is up to my day's release, up to 3.1. He's 13, so you're not allowed to rate the minor. You're right, take him out. Now, starting with honestly, a solid contender for the top tier. Number one is going to be Acheron. Number one, Acheron's design, beautiful. I think Acheron has one of my favorite designs in the game, just in general. I think it's beautiful. It's very pretty. It is unfortunate that like this is like the best we can get. Can't really go up or down in this game. So let's take a look here. Number one, size, shape, volume, beautiful, perfect, nice, love it. I think her clothes actually do a really well job at like highlighting it, but like not to the extent that it feels, you know, too much. There are some characters in this game that we're gonna get to later where I'm like, you know, like they're definitely doing something, but it's a little overbearing, it's a little too much. I think with Acheron, it's just the right amount. We have a little of side boob here, which I appreciate. The shading is a little, I mean, it's there. It's there, but not quite. I mean, depending on which angle, right? Like if you look at it from here, like from the side, it's decent. It's not on par with some of the newer characters. When was she released? I think like 2.0 was when Acheron was released. The shading back then was okay. I think all in all, shading could be better, but it's better than nothing. Better than nothing. Outfit, I think, does actually a good job. It's not, well, actually, now that I'm looking at it, I don't know about this part. This part here is a little weird. This like half, I don't know, jacket or whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm not sure if I like this one, like how it like basically hugs her chest. I'm not sure I like that one. I think I'm gonna have to deduct points for that. Other than that, very gorgeous. I think I could have put her like maybe even an S. I think this knocks her down. We're gonna put her in A tier. It's not too much, not too little. I think the amount of skin that her outfit is showing is fine, is very nice. It doesn't feel overbearing. So we're gonna give her an A. We're gonna give her an A. The evolution of the cleavage is hilarious, going from Himeko to Acheron to finally Aggie. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Fun fact, that was actually sort of what gave me this idea. I was watching Zayla's voice actor on a stream, And like in the middle of the 3.0 main story, she just stopped and went on a little tangent about like boob shading evolution from like the early characters to the newer ones, and that's how I got that idea. I just saw Molly go on a tangent and I was like, you know what? That sounds like a fun idea. Yeah, Acheron, like, it's tasteful skin showing. Not too much, not too little, just the right amount. Maybe depending on who else is going in the S tier, we can compare them later, and I can adjust her. I feel like right now she's like in between, you know? She's in between. Who may, however, be enough for S tier is our next character, Aglaea. This one, very strong contender. Number one, I think right off the bat, the shading, beautiful. Shading, beautiful. Like, you can definitely see, like, the development on that part. Looking at even just Acheron, who was out in 2.x or 2.0, I think, versus Aglaea in 3.0. Shading is beautiful. I like this, I guess like a tattoo, you could call it. Like the golden markings she has here on her chest. I really love that. The dress, from the side, better than from the front. I don't know, from the front, it almost feels like there's something, I don't know. It feels a little odd looking at it from the front, but from the side, very pretty. Do we have side boob? Tiny bit, tiny bit, tiny bit. Not much, tiny bit. I think like the rest of her dress and also just her general form also does a good job at like not making it stick out too much, if you know what I mean. Like there's some characters, you know, like I'm not a fan of the hourglass shape. But Aglaea doesn't really have that. I think with Aglaea, it's a good balance. It's a good balance. Actually, is it just me or do they feel a little like... The shape is a little different than Acheron's was. Acheron's were like more like rounded. Interesting. Interestingly enough, like volume-wise, I prefer Acheron's, but everything... Well, I think Aglaea's is just a tiny bit above Acheron here. The shading really does a lot for her. I think we can put Aglaea in S tier. Honestly, we're starting out with two good bars. Like this is like the standard of the top, the very top. Let's have a look at our first man, because of course we're gonna equality. We're gonna be looking at female booba and male booba, obviously. Argenti. Now here's the issue. Some of these characters have a little problem because some of them they're just wearing a lot of clothes. They have a lot of like thick layers that make it hard to really tell what's going on there. A good chunk of this is probably armor. Can't really see much here. However, and this is what I mean when I say that it also matters how the rest of their body is built, because look at that waist. That is a snatched waist if I've ever seen one. And if you compare this to this, the waist goes like from here, and then presumably it goes like somewhere here, right? Somewhere here. We can't fully tell how much Argenti really has under that armor, but the difference between this point and this point, we can deduce how much he has. It may not be huge, but there's certainly some width there, you know? But regardless, it is very hard to tell. It is not really easy to tell, especially because like his chest plate just sticks out so much. But we can at least deduce that it is rather wide. Either that or this man's waist is just so ridiculously thin. Like, look at that. If you take off this piece of clothing, it's even thinner probably. Despite that though, I think we're gonna have to make a tier for characters that we just can't rank because they're wearing too much. There's too much going on. Not applicable. I like to believe that he has something. I like to believe that he has something, but we just can't tell. Okay. How old is Arlan? I'm assuming he's like a young man, so I think it's fine. I mean, yeah, he did know Asta when she was a child. Like, they've known each other since they were kids, so they're about the same age probably. So we can rank him, But I think it's gonna be another case of, let's see actually. Yeah, too much going on. Actually, wait. No, actually, I think this one we can deduce a little better because we can actually see parts of just, you know, like where his body starts. And, no, there's nothing there. It fits his stature because he is a very tiny guy. But like the clothes are also just doing nothing for him. I don't know. It's not doing anything for me. So I think C tier. I think C tier because the only point he has going for him is that it does fit his general figure. But besides that, the clothes are doing nothing. There's no shape, no size to analyze. Man's flat as a board. But because it fits, because he is very tiny, so we're gonna go C tier. Next is Asta. Genuinely, I like it. There's not too much going on, but I think that fits her figure perfectly. I mean, shading and stuff, you know, there's not really much going on because it's all covered up. But I think that's fine in her case. I think in her case that works fine. I do like the tiny. I mean, is it side boob? I guess not really. Not really. Like just cuts off there. But I don't know. Something. It's just very nice. Yeah. It's just balanced. You know what I mean? I think this is like the right size. I think this is the right size. Any bigger would be too much. Any flatter, it might be, I don't know, it would still work, but I feel like not as well as what we have here right now. Yeah, I think just plain and simple, good. Just good. I like it. I never paid attention to Asta's like the fly here. Never paid attention to that. It's very cute. It's very cute. Yeah, no, I think Asta's just like a solid, at the very least, B tier. Maybe even A tier. Below Acheron, but still, I think just barely A tier, just because it's just good. A for Acheron, A for Asta. Next is our boob window man, our chest window man. Our good old Mr. 15 outfits, of which we're only gonna be judging one, though. Number one, I think just right off the bat, like the boob window, bonus points. I think I think that's a given. I think that's a given. Not much going on there. Not much going on there. His waist is here, and there's not much difference from his waist up to where his chest would be. This is just like as twink can be. However, if we actually look at it from a little bit angle, do you see that? Do you see that? There's a little bit of definition there. A little bit. Not much, but a little bit. We have the boob window. All in all, not much going on, but I think there doesn't have to. I think there doesn't have to be much there. I would say that despite being kind of flat as a board, honestly, mostly, I give it a B tier. Not as good as Asta, but I give it a B tier. I think definitely people, when drawing fan art of him, they like to highlight Aventurine's chest quite a bit. In reality, it's not much. It is okay. It is okay. Better than Arlan for sure. Not quite as good as Asta, I think. Black Swan. Right off the bat, not a fan. The hourglass shape is too strong with this one. Listen, I can appreciate wide hips, but this is, for me personally, too much. I'm also not a huge... I mean, the shading is basic. There's not much there. I'm not a fan of the clothes either. I feel like Acheron's shading was better than Black Swan's. This little gap here is nice, but that's about all there is. I mean, the shape is okay, wrong angle. I think the shape is fine, but it also feels, I don't know. I feel like the shape it's okay, but it's not, besides that, not really much else going for her, in my opinion. I think the size is just fine, and that's probably the only reason why I'm gonna give it a C. But everything else is just meh. So, C. Do I put her above or below Arlan? Might even put her below Arlan, because I think at least with Arlan it fits. Well, actually, I think they're kind of equal. Actually, yeah, no, even honestly, like, the size fits, but it doesn't really do anything for me. Like, it's not, like, she's not that pleasing to look at, you know? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of her general design in the first place. I think it's okay. That plays a part in it. Like, her design in general, her outfit is, it's fine, but meh. Oh, fuck you. Let me get the timer. Actually, I think I'm going to place her in I think C. I think C is fine. C is fine. Blade is next. Honestly, interestingly enough, there is some shading going on here. Like, you see that? There's a little bit of shadow. And if you look at it from the side, yeah, there's a little bit. Like, his chest would be right here. If you remove the coat or whatever this is, there's a little bit. We have a booba slit. It's not quite a window. A little taste. It's really like like this shadow, like this shading that gets me. It definitely fits. I could imagine. Actually, no. I feel like Blade is kind of like a more like a lean muscle type. You know? I feel like with him, there's definitely such a thing as too much, And I think this is pretty good on him. I think with Blade's character, it fits that like he's not showing that much skin. I think it fits. And clearly these clothes, like they hug his body like very, very much so. Better than Aventurine for sure. Although Aventurine does have the boob window, but that, well, it's a high B or low A. And it is covered in bandages. Yes, if it's covered in bandages, then it is going to be held back a little bit. I think low A is fine. Yeah. Boothill next. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. But number one, whoever designed Boothill's body, they had a vision. They had something in mind. And he had something in mind because look at that. Like that's a straight up underboob. Like Mans is wearing nothing besides that really high jacket. Whoever made his body, they had a vision. They had an idea and they did pretty damn well. The fact that if Boothill had a human body, he would just be showing those off. That is confidence, and we appreciate it. Despite having a robot body, you know, there's definitely something going on here. Even though, you know, it's mechanical, but you can still see it. The underboob, slim, but it fits. I feel like Boothill would also be a lean muscle kind of guy. Even in his, like, human body, I feel like he wouldn't have been, like, very bulky, you know? Just defined. This is a solid A tier. The clothing choice really gives him like huge bonus. So I'm gonna put him like slightly above Blade. Bronya. Let's see here. I think the size is fine. I think just a little smaller would have also been just as fine. I think bigger would have been too much, but I think a little smaller wouldn't have hurt either. There's a little much going on here. I think this, like, I don't know if it's a brooch or whatever. I think this could have been a little bit higher up personally. I think it being like right like smack dab in the middle of this one it's kind of taking away from this whole part of her body. Like your attention is more so why is that what I didn't shut up. I think there's a little too much going on with this and this as well. There is little too, I mean, can you call that side boob? It's like very, not quite. It's you can see it a little bit better like on this, I guess, but it definitely fits her figure. Let's see, who is in these tiers? No, it's better than Black Swan and Arlan. I think a low B. I think I prefer Aventurine. Low B tier. Next is both Dan Heng's because different outfit, so different judgments. Let's start with the base, with basic bitch Dan Heng. The jacket makes it a little hard, but hold on a moment there. You see that? Genuinely, I expected him just to be like flat as a board. Yeah, that's not the jacket, that's just him. At least on the chest, it seems like a pretty like snug fit. Who do we have in the B and A tier? Let me check. I think Aventurine's is still a little better. Aventurine's boob window is doing so much for him, so I'm gonna place him in between Bronya and Dan Heng. But pleasantly surprised. And maybe his second form is going to fare better. It might actually, because I'm pretty sure that one also has a boob window. So, Imbibitor Lunae. I mean, yeah, look at that. Yeah. We have a window. Actually, wait, I just saw... Oh, do you see that? Oh, hold on a moment there. I was not impressed at first, but looking at it from this side, the shadow. Not on this side, but I think that's fine. Because on this side, like, it's not an Acheron case where it just, like, hugs her chest. It just, you know, goes over. I think that's fine, the asymmetry. I think this one is for sure a bit better. And I don't know, something about the fact that it really is only on one side kind of makes it better. I think that one's a low A. The base one, not so much, but Imbibitor Lunae, I think deserves a solid bottom A tier. Next is, the Doctor. Dr. Veritas Ratio. Let us see if the man's chest is as huge as the rest of him. Number one, boob window. Bonus points. Shadow, bonus points. If you look from this angle, I feel like it's less visible, but if you look at this side, you can see his abdomen is somewhere around here. It's a little covered. It's more visible, I think, from this angle a little bit. It's not insane. It's not like insane, but you can definitely see it. The shading is doing a pretty good job right here. It's defined. It is well developed, but not too much. I think Another case of fan artists, definitely, they're definitely highlighting it a bit more than the game does, for sure. But I think it's solid. It is solid. Maybe not as much as fan artists like to believe, but pretty good. I do like this. What is it? Like kind of like a chain, like going down right the middle. I like that a lot. Better than Aventurine for sure. Do I prefer it over Dan Heng Il? I think I do, just because I prefer his like Ratio's general design more. To be fair with Ratio, there's also the advantage that we literally have seen his bare chest before. Like it is right in his trailer, like just head on. So he does have that advantage. Do I like it more than Boothill? I think they're about the same, because listen, that under boob is doing so much for Boothill's case. It's doing so much for him. So they're about equal, I think. Next up is Feixiao. With Feixiao, from the front, it looks like too much. From the side, I think it's fine, but from the front, I feel like it's a little too much. I mean, she does have a very thin waist, but I think because they're not as big, it kind of balances out. Maybe it's the lighting down here that sort of puts me off, but from the side, I think it's fine. I mean, to be fair, like that top is just like a very tight fit. I think I can still put her in A tier. She would probably have like a good amount of side boob without the jacket. I think I'm gonna give it a low A tier, somewhere around here. Firefly. I don't like it. It's too much. It's too highlighted. Like, if you look at it from the front, it's too wide. It's too much. No, I think that's a C at best, personally. Yeah, it's too much it's too fan servicey for me. Like, look at this. Look at this. There is shading, but like, I'm not a fan. No. It's a C at best. Maybe even a D. Do I like it? Is it worse than Black Swan? I think so, actually, yeah. Because with Black Swan, at least it fits her physique. With Firefly, it's kind of off-putting. I think Firefly is our first D tier. What a shame. Fugue. Fugue, I think, very nice, honestly. It feels very like, how do you say it? Like propped up, I guess? Clothes-wise, I think it's very fine. I do like this, like the flower petals kind of thing, you know? I do like this a lot. If it was just showing cleavage, I think it wouldn't have been as good. But with these like this flowery chest part, I think it's very nice. And I think the dress also does a good job at, it doesn't look like it's hugging her too much, you know? Up here, it's a little loose. It's fitting a little loosely. And it's interesting how like high up it is. I think that might be the only thing I would deduct points for, is that it looks a little weird. Like it looks kind of like propped up. Besides that, I mean, assuming that her waist is like here, like slightly below. I think size-wise, it could have been a little smaller, but just a little, not much, not much. Another A tier. I think I might rank it somewhere between Asta and Boothill. Xuan, another petite woman. What is Xuan? Oh yeah, preservation. She's one of our only 3 preservation 5 stars. 3. Let's see, Xuan. Tiny woman, not much going on, but I think it fits. I never noticed that they had like these things here. Oh, these are, I like these. I mean, yeah, there's not much to say here. I do like this, what do you call this? Whatever this accessory is, I sort of like that. B at least. Solid B tier at least. I do prefer it over Bronya. Somewhere here. I think these 3 are like on an almost even playing field. Yeah, I think with Bronya, her brooch takes away from everything else a little bit. It's a little much. Next up is Gallagher. And I have high hopes for this man. This is technically the front because he's just standing a little angled. Number 1 from the front, you have like the shading. Whoever made this outfit probably also made Cloran's, because those buttons are holding on for dear. Those buttons are strong soldiers. They are holding on for dear life. And if you look at it from the side, this is our lowest, our most inward point, and from there on, it goes like roughly like this. So like there's quite a bit. And if you look at his waist, if we imagine that he doesn't have the vest on, his waist would probably be somewhere around here. This man is wide. At least A tier. He's got the shading. He's got the physique. Above Feixiao, definitely. Do I put him above Asta? Yeah, I feel like he might be slightly above Asta. Next on the list is Gepard. Oh, I think we might have another candidate of not applicable on our hands. Yeah, There's a lot of layers here. Gepard is thin. I mean, to be fair, maybe like if he's wearing like tighter layers, it makes sense. But like, there's too much going on here. I think it's another case of not applicable. We can speculate at best, but yeah, I think not applicable here. How's bro thin? I don't know. Like, look at him. He's very slim. Yippee! He's probably built under under the armor. I'm assuming like the armor definitely like holds a lot back for sure. I think we should see Gepard out of his armor at least once. Guinaifen. And here comes the unfortunate. And I think many of the Xianzhou women are gonna have a few points docked off for this. Is same dress curse. Size-wise, I think it's fine. I do like this part. I think I prefer this over just showing cleavage. I think Guinaifen is fine because there's not like that much. I think the hip, I mean, it's not a hip window, it's like a waist window, I think is very nice in her case. It is like, you know, the exposed shoulders, but it's not as like noticeable, I think, because her, what do you call these, like straps, kind of, they're more subtle. So I think it's like this part of her design is like more subtle, so I think it's not as bad as other cases would be. I think I like Bronya's more, so I think it's a high C. I don't think it's B worthy, but above Black Swan and Arlan. Ooh, next up is Hanya, and I think I can say right off the bat that it's too much. Size, I think it's too big. Even the shape, I'm not really a fan of, especially from the front. I don't know, it looks weird to me somehow. And this is one case where I think it could have been covered up more. It's like so pronounced. You know what I mean? I think if they'd gone the route of just covering it up a little more, you know, because is there even no? I think these don't even connect, do they? Like these two areas, they don't even connect down there. No, I don't think they do. Yeah, I think it's a D tier right with Firefly personally. In her case specifically, I feel like if it was more covered up, I think it would look better. Because Hanya in general seems like a more modest, just a more reserved person. Like, look at Boothill, right? Boothill has the confidence to just go all out. That man is basically shirtless. That man is shirtless. That jacket is barely covering anything, but he has the personality and the confidence for it. Hanya, I feel like, doesn't. I think D tier, personally. And see, like, this is what I'm saying. They can have less and be very high up. They can also be very front-loaded and be down here somewhere. Size is not all that matters. Next on the line, we have Herta. Mini Herta. Puppet Herta. Yeah, whole lot of nothing. I mean, it is a puppet body, so just flat. I think it fits, for sure. It fits because she is tiny, she's a puppet, she is flat. I like her outfit here, though. The more I'm looking at it, I never really noticed this, like, this lock. The lock here and then the key on the choker. Ooh, I actually quite like that. It's at least a B tier, maybe even A. I don't know, the more I'm looking at it, like the colors too. And the chains? Fascinating. So she beats Xuan and Bronya for sure. Does she beat Aventurine? I think she may be right below or on par with Aventurine. Next up is Himeko. See, and that's where you have it. 1.0 design, there is no shading here. However, hold on. A mole? Bonus point. I think the design is a little too simple for A. Actually, maybe low A. I don't know. I think the dress, it's a little too plain, you know? I think the shading really could have done a lot here. I do think that her dress in general is like so gorgeous. And if the shading was better, if they updated the shading on her character model, I think it could have been a solid contender for A or maybe even S tier. Because I think the size, I think, is actually, I think it sticks out a little too much, maybe. Maybe it sticks out a little too much. I don't know. I don't know. I think high B. Above that hung for the mole. Somewhere around this range. Like now the tiers are starting to get muddy. Where like these are somewhere at the top, these are somewhere on the lower half of that tier, but the exact rankings are getting a little fuzzy. Ooh, I think this is gonna be a good one. Ooh, I think this is gonna be a good one. For sure. The colors, great. I think the shading is pretty damn good. A little bit of side boob, which I appreciate. Size is fine, shape is beautiful. They are rather big, but I think it fits. I think the shape fits, you know? I think this could be our second S tier. I like this. Definitely also because I just like Jade's design and I like Jade's color palette. These shades of blue are like right up my alley. Yeah, I think that's an S tier. Yeah. Bam. Jiaoqiu. I am not expecting much here, buddy. As much as I love you. Yeah. There is nothing there. Not even like a dent upward. There's just nothing there. I think it fits though, so I'd at least give it C. This one's interesting. This is interesting that like there's a little opening there, but yeah, like there's nothing to see. Above Black Swan, like the hourglass shape just ruins it so much for me, and the lingerie-esque aesthetic, nah. I think above Arlan maybe 2, just because I like Jiaoqiu's clothing more, but I think below Guinaifen. Jingliu, meh. I do actually like this like asymmetry of her dress. I like the moon. Yeah, you see that? I think that's very cool. Size is fine. I think bigger would have been too big. The shape from the front looks a little weird. Yeah, it's not for me. Maybe like a low C. Still better than Black Swan, not gonna lie. And the moon thing is kind of cool, and this and like this like asymmetrical thing is very cool. Somewhere around here. I think they're roughly on the same level. Actually, because of the design, and because I like the design more. With Arlan, it's just it fits, but with her, like she does have a tiny like outfit bonus. So there's that. Jing Yuan, our general. Too many layers. I don't think we can rank him. We can imagine, but too many layers. Like this right here could very well just be like a chest plate. Like this chest plate like sticking out, so unfortunately, it's gonna be another case of not applicable, methinks. There's too much going on that could be interpreted as like just like clothes, you know, the layers. I can't really judge what's going on there, so it's going in not applicable. Someone with whom it's not unclear, however, is Kafka. See, Kafka also has sort of an hourglass shape, but it's not as striking as with Black Swan. Black Swan, I feel like it's definitely too much. With Kafka, I think it's fine because you also have like her jacket like in the back that sort of like gives the illusion that you know, it's not that thin. Size-wise, I think pretty nice. Pretty nice. I think it's a solid A-tier contender. I kind of like this, is it a belt? Whatever it is that goes over. I like that it goes over her chest. I feel like if this went under her chest, it might have been too much, but like this, I think it's fine. I think somewhere in the blade ratio Feixiao Danhang range. Next, Lingsha. I think size is fine. I do like the crossover, like here. I think that's kind of what brings it back. I feel like without this, like these like ribbony thingies, it would have kind of been like a similar problem as we've had with other characters, that like it would stick out too much, you know, like it would go outward too much. But I think these do a good job of like, I guess, bringing it back in. This is like also sort of revealing. It's tasteful, you know, even though we have the cleavage window here. We have a little window down here showing off parts of her abdomen. It doesn't feel like it's too much, you know? So I think, and you know, a tiny bit of side boob. I think it's a solid 8. 8? 8. I think I like Boothill a little bit more, but somewhere around here. Yeah, I think we got through about half.